Hey everybody, my name's Jason and I am 54 years old now. I had a birthday a week ago. I don't remember how long ago, recently. And I'm 54 and I have prostate cancer that's metastasized to my spine, and on this channel we talk about it. Although we haven't talked about it in a while. It's been a couple months since my last big video, my last episode, so I put down some notes and we're going to talk about a few things. Today we're going to talk about my mental state, my emotional state, my energy levels, some diet changes, and a referral for a second opinion, and getting scans. So we'll be right back. Roll intro.
Welcome to Prostate Cancer, the road to recovery with Jason Stone, a stage 4 fighter. This podcast brings you support and insights from survivors, fighters, and medical experts. Join us for an educational and inspiring journey.
All right, welcome back. This is episode 27. It's been a while. I've been working, and then I've been working some more, and then I did some rockets, and I was working, and I worked, and then I worked some more. I've been busy, but I've also not been busy. It's been, it's been a weird few months, couple months, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So one of the last things I talked about when I did a big video was the Real Recovery. I've got to give a shout out to that organization one more time, REELrecovery.org. What a fantastic experience that was. It was a getaway or a remote support group where you also fly fished. And it's for all men with any type of cancer, whether you have or have had cancer. So check it out. Go on one of these retreats. They have them all over the country. In fact, all over the world. They have them in. You can't go to the ones in New Zealand unless you live in New Zealand. I looked. The deal with this is you get one retreat. So make it count, where you go as a participant. Now, you can go multiple times. You can go as many times as you want after you've been a participant, but you're going as a buddy. And that's what they do is they have they pair you up with a buddy, and they are 2 or 3 people to a buddy. But the buddy helps you out. They're the ones that tie your line. They get your pole ready. They show you how to cast. They take you out on the water. If you're in drift boats like I was, they're the ones that are rowing. They're the ones that are putting the boat in, pulling the boat out. They're doing all the work. They make it an enjoyable experience where you're just out there on the water, putting the line on the water and catching fish, and it's awesome. I got a message from the guy that runs these. I got an email from him a little while ago saying that their California, Nevada one, somebody on the feedback put down, how did you hear about us? He put down my podcast. So whoever you are, thank you. I appreciate you. I'm glad you went. I hope you had a really good time. Oh, I'm so out of breath today. I feel like in editing, I'm going to be cutting out a lot of these breaths. We'll see. I just have been in a funk. The mental and emotional toll has been very, very, it's been building. And it's been getting worse, and it's been getting worse, and it's been getting worse, and it's finally hit kind of this low the last couple months. I don't really know how to describe it other than my tank is empty. I just don't have the energy level. I don't have the emotional energy, the mental energy to talk about my cancer, to work on things, to do things. And the only reason this episode's happening is because I had a couple of interesting conversations today with my doctor. So, and we're going to get to that. But I haven't been talking about my cancer like I used to. This has been a good outlet for me. The enjoyment I got from doing this kind of dried up a little bit, and it's a lot of work to do this. I wish I could show you my whole setup here. My iPad over here, the monitor over there, the lights, the camera, my laptop over here, the microphone set up, and another light over here, that light, another camera up here that I can't figure out how to get to work. My Stream Deck for switching the scenes and stuff, and I don't know. This whole thing it's so much work, and then I have to I record the audio separately from the video, and so then I have to download the video, I have to download the audio, and then I have to put them together and make it look like I'm in sync. And then I have to remember to do that before I start doing any cuts and any edits, because that's a pain. Anyway, this is how I've been. I've been just kind of complaining, and that's kind of the mood I'm in. That's kind of the mood I've been in. I've got to figure this out. I don't know where I'm going to get the energy, but I will. I have to get the energy from somewhere. I have to get out of this. I have to get back to doing things and wanting to do things. Yeah. I don't know how else to say that. So I just got back from my Lupron shot, this whole living life at 3 months at a time, right? The castration shot. It's really not a castration shot, though. Lupron's the one that overexcites and causes your pituitary gland to shut down. Is that right? And then the Zytiga, the pills I take every day, those are the actual castration drugs. But they work together. They do the same thing. They have the same end result. And they call it hormone therapy to be nice, to put a bow on it. It's castration therapy. It's castration drugs. That kind of gets to you after a year. I finished up my radiation a year ago, and I forgot where I was headed with this. The Lupron shot. I just got back from my Lupron shot. Oh, so here's my first surprise. The doctor today, and maybe she's asked this before. Maybe today wasn't the first time, but it's the first time I noticed. And it's the first time we had a conversation about, specifically about my diet. She says, how's your diet? Because she asked me about, how's your mental state? How's your emotional state? How's your physical state? And then she said, how's your diet? Huh. It's interesting that you should ask, I said. I've recently made some changes. And I conveyed my frustration. I said, it is frustrating to figure out, what should I be eating? How should I be eating? Which of these 24 diets out there is the one that's going to help me, that's going to minimize my cancer growth, possibly turn it around? Which one's going to fix me? And, she shared in the frustration. It was interesting that she said, we're not likely going to find out what diet we should be doing in our lifetime. She says there's too many factors, there's too many variables out there. And she said even if right now the scientists had all the information and they came to her and said, this is the diet you should be on to prevent cancer, to help combat cancer if you do get cancer, she says it's going to be different for you. It's going to be different for every single person. It's going to be based on their ethnic background. It's going to be based on their gut biome. It's going to be based on their physical activity levels. It's going to be based on so many things. And she said it's tough to nail down. Now, we talked a little bit about me trying to go not completely vegetarian. I was never completely vegetarian, but I tried to minimize the amount of meats I was taking in. And she said, yeah, that's probably not a good idea. She says, with all the stuff that's out there, she says there's a couple of key things that they do know. And one of them is that you need lots of fiber in your diet, whether you're getting it from beans or, fruits, vegetables. She said lots of fruits and vegetables are good. Now, you do have to be a little careful about not having a completely fruit diet, because there are sugars that are involved in fruit. I know, Mark, you talked about staying away from fruit. I don't know. I'm still doing fruit. I do blueberries, I do a banana, and I do an orange and an apple. And so my fruit intake every day. And I'm doing lots of vegetables. I'm doing lots of cruciferous vegetables, broccoli, cauliflower. Yeah, I do power greens, carrots, celery, tomatoes, lots of tomatoes. Holy crap, get tomatoes in your diet. That's for sure. But she said that these types of diets, whether it's Mediterranean, whether it's carnivore, whether it's keto, whether it's whatever you're doing, she says as long as your gut biome is healthy, so that it can focus on, if your gut biome is healthy, she says your body can focus on healing. And I don't know any more than that. That makes sense to me, that might be a true thing. But I wish I had more info on that. All that to say that I'm trying to put more meat in my diet, okay? I am still staying away from milk, cream, any soft dairy. I'm avoiding that. Now, am I eating a pizza with cheese once in a while? Not every week, but once in a while. But it's about what we minimize and what we maximize. And I'm trying to maximize fruits and vegetables and lean, healthy meats, fish especially. And I'm trying to minimize carbs. I'm trying to minimize dairy. And we're gonna find out what works. I don't know, but like she said, it's going to be different for every person. You have to do what feels good for you. I wish there was a better answer. But all that to say that I am making some changes. I need to get some protein. I need to get more protein in my diet. I've lost an inch in height. I used to be 6'4". I measured in at 6'3" today. And part of that comes from the loss in muscle mass that supports your structure, right? You need muscles to hold your spine up, to hold your vertebrae spaced correctly and everything. So there's compression going on. And I lost a whole inch. That's frustrating. Anyway, we talked more about the intermittent hormone therapy and my frustrations with the diet, and that I feel like there ought to be more we can do. And she said, it's time for you to get a second opinion. So, I don't want to just tell my doctor I don't believe him or trust him or, I need to go talk to a different doctor. But she offered it up. And that means a lot to me. She offered it up. She says, it's time. She says, you need to go get a second opinion. She says, I'm going to put you in touch with, I forget what she said, one of the hospitals over in Seattle. So a teaching and learning hospital, I think she said. And she said, they're going to get with you probably via Zoom, but if you want to make the trip over there, that's fine too. And ask them these questions. Ask them about the intermittent hormone therapy. Go over all your scans and your results and your everything, where you're at. And they may give you the same answer we're giving you. She says intermittent hormone therapy may not be an option for you. She says, they may say, no, this works for him. And she said, if they say that I can do intermittent hormone therapy and get off these frickin' drugs, then she said, then we'll take you off the drugs. And she says, we'll monitor your care and we will trust their guidance if that's the path. So that's a good thing. I think that gave me the motivation to do this video. That's probably what drove it, is the idea that there's a referral out there for me to get a second opinion and talk to somebody. And I think that's been holding me back. That getting that news a few months ago that I'm just going to be on this forever was kind of a real stinker. And so then we talked. She says, what else? She says, what else do you need? What else do you want to know? And I said, well, it's been a year since we finished up my radiation therapy. I don't know where my tumors are at. I had that one scan for the kyphoplasty that showed my tumor in my spine had shrunk to 1/10 of its original size. But where am I really at with cancer? Is there even any active cancer in my spine still? Is there active cancer in my prostate? Did I have new tumors show up somewhere else or just keep small ones but the PSA is low? By the way, my most recent PSA, once again, less than 0.1 nanograms per milliliter, so it's considered undetectable. It's not the super accurate test. It's the generic test, but that's the one they've been doing for me, so less than 0.1. So anyway, back on track. She said, okay. She says, here we do support getting scans. And she said, it's been a year. It's time to get a scan. So she put in an order for a PSMA PET scan. If I don't hear from them, if they don't call me in the next couple of days, then I'm going to call them and I'm going to get it scheduled. And, this stuff takes a little time. It might take 2 weeks. It might take a month. Who knows? But I'm going to get another scan and I'm going to find out where I'm at with my cancer. And that is going to be huge. Figuring out where I'm at with my cancer is going to be hugely important for my mental health. Hugely important. So, the wait. I hate the wait. Don't you hate the wait? This going every 3 months between shots. Yeah. Other things. I did that rocket video. Man, that rocket was freaking cool. That was a good launch. We have one more launch coming up November 2nd. I don't know if I'm going to have a rocket for that. I might just do the same rockets again. But I don't know. I don't even know if I'm going to make that launch. We'll see. I might just work on my big rocket for next year. But I've kind of got work is overwhelming and the college classes are overwhelming and I'm treading water. I'm not keeping up is the truth. The truth of it is I'm not keeping up with things. And at some point, something's gonna catch up with me. It's frustrating. So I gotta make sure I'm focusing on work, focusing on the college, and focusing on my recovery, my diet, get some exercise, go for walks, and that will help get me back on track mentally. I did have a visit with my primary care through the VA, and she had recommended that I talk to a therapist and that I consider taking Prozac. So I'm still a little undecided on that. I said I'll talk to a therapist, sure. I haven't heard back, so we'll see. The VA's, it runs at VA speed, which is pretty slow. So we'll see. But that's where I'm at. Those are the things I wanted to talk about. We're not going to keep you here for a half hour. This is it. All right. I love you all. Stay healthy, stay happy, get outside, get some sunshine, go for a walk. All right. Love you all.